My ears are ringing. The floor is sinking. This wouldn't be the first time that I slowly lose sight of what's really here and now in this light. I think I'm falling into the unknown, hurling, twirling, lost in space all alone, falling, drowning, submerging into the darkness beneath, hidden somewhere deep inside of me. Falling faster, am I free? I'm losing myself blindlessly. I guess I'm just falling. My brows are dripping. My eyes are watering. This is losing sight of what's really here and now in between these blurring lines. Where do I begin? Where does this end? Is it too late to pretend? Run away into imagination. Paint myself a new destination where I am in control. What do I know? Where can I go? God, please let me fall into the arms of something that I know. Don't let me sink further below. The stretching of the rush, the refreshing pain of the buzz, this burning desire, engulf me with your fire. Bursting emptiness and crushing loneliness, that is all that is left. Apart from this piercing beat inside my eardrums, shaking my body down to the core, twisting my insides. This hurts more than before. I think I'm falling, fading, falling. Is this real? Is this for the best? Is this just a dream? Because nothing is what it seems. I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling. There's definitely a bit of a runaway in me. I love running so fast that I can't think, that I can't even see. So fast that the world around me just becomes a blur. A beautiful, intoxicating blur of sounds, voices, colours, noises. They all just blend into one. I mean, I feel like I'm in overload all the time, constantly colliding with crisis after crisis. Comfortable only in chaos, stopping to catch my breath only when I feel like I'm on the edge of collapse. As the blur of the world around me begins to slow down and stop and everything feels back to normal, I'm lying on the ground, the cool concrete stroking my cheeks, the raindrops providing a refreshing light burst of release. My body blazing, burning in the heat of the rush, my roaring heartbeat shaking through my body, engulfing every sound. The rush of the run leaving me shaking, shook up, drenched in sweat, jaw clenched, like some strung out junkie on the floor, just crying out for more. It's in these moments when I'm running so fast that I can't see that I feel like the world has finally caught up with me. I don't have to slow down, I don't have to worry about how fast I'm going or if I'm being too much for other people. I'm just a part of this big, beautiful mess. And it's in those moments when I'm running when it all finally makes sense. Dust particles dance in the sunlight. I'm entranced by their beauty as the cracks of light sneak in through the curtains. I feel overwhelmed with the world, and I just want to climb out from inside my own head. It's getting too loud up there, even though I can't stand the silence either. I just want to get lost in space, peacefully just float away, see the oceans and skyliners and cities from a million light years away, drifting the time away, until I find myself feeling fine enough to come back down to Earth. But for now, I want to stay lost in space. This planet goes at the wrong pace. I think space is where I could learn how to breathe, figure out what it all means, and work out how to step outside of the shadow of memories I've cast myself in for so long. I guess I could just go home and stay lost in my bedroom forever. I mean, I'm not saying that the drugs make it better, but it's so tempting to just get bored and have an amazing adventure in your mind within these four walls. paint the white with all the sparkling, brilliant rainbows in my mind, without even having to face whatever's going on outside, where things get blurrier by the day. I tell myself that if I numb myself just enough, I can forget about all the small stuff and the way it all adds up to build this cacophony of white noise that sweeps you up and sucks you in and pulls you under. I feel like I'm drowning in it. But I'm teaching myself to tread water, slowly but surely. I think it's a process. I just want to get lost in space, shake hands with all the stars, take a walk along the Milky Way as I peacefully wish my life away, until I find myself feeling like myself enough to come back down to Earth. But for now, let me stay lost in space, in the weightlessness where I could confront my carelessness. I'm used to floating through the endless galaxy inside my head, though sometimes it feels more like a black hole, where not even the tiniest bit of light can escape, and I have to tread really carefully before I go somewhere I can't get back from that's so dark I don't even want to think about it. And I don't want to become the darkness that consumes me. I curse the day you became my caretaker. You're the realist faker, my dopamine maker, my depression taker, my mover and shaker. All I want to do is float away with you, slip and slide on your magic carpet ride. Destroy my lungs, coat them in your delicious smoke. I'll let you take my money, you can bleed me broke. Take all of me, chain me up, take away my breath and leave me gasping on the edge. Then put me high on your unsteady pedestal, make me feel like I'm enough. You're all I can think about. When I'm not with you, all I think about is that next hit, dragging myself through the dirt of every day for just a tiny bit of your good shit. Guess I am an addict. Now give me that hit. I curse the day you became my caretaker. You're the realist faker, my dopamine machine, the dirt that keeps me clean, my beautiful rusted silver sheen. All I want to do is climb inside of you, feel the beating heart under your chest. Choke me, smother me, cover me in your light. Cling onto my windpipe and take away my breath. I'm begging on my knees for just one tiny bite. Take all of me, especially the parts that I don't want to see. When I'm with you, it's the only time I feel like I'm me. You're all I think about. I'm running marathons in my mind, trying to keep myself occupied, scratching at my skin, stabbing pens in my hand, just trying to find one tiny bit of distraction to keep me going until I can next be with you. I bless the day that you became my caretaker. You're the realist faker, my dopamine maker, my depression taker, my own sexy little mover and shaker. You're the only drug for me, you're the only high I need. You know I'll never leave. Baby, melt my broken brain. Fuck me up, shoot me up, take away my pain. Rush through all of my veins. Wrap me up in your heavy chains. And leave me high and dry just so I can do it all over again. Down boy. Down boy. That's it. Don't take the bait. Don't say it's too late. You know that this is your fate. Don't shout too loudly when I clear the air in all of your lungs out. Wrap my hand around your neck, squeezing your windpipe. Say a prayer. Don't forget. You're powerless to me. Your weakness feeds me. You'll never be free. You belong to me, bitch. I live to tear you down. I exist only in your mind, but I'm alive and well in real time, huh? Ha! They can all see me, which means they can all see you too. They see how pathetic you are, They see how powerless you are, how useless you are. They see you get weaker and weaker by the day, slipping into the grey. Down, boy! Keep it down, boy! You wouldn't want the neighbours finding out about us, would you? Get carried out of here, strapped to a stretcher, screaming for your life. And then they'll lock you up. And inside there, you'll really thrive. Oh, the only way you'll survive is me tearing you down. And in there, I'll really thrive. I'll come alive. I'll slowly watch your life fade, and those will be my glory days. Shh. Hush, boy. You've got to keep it down, boy. Let me smother you. You don't have anything to say, so don't say anything. Don't waste any of your pathetic little breath. I'm bigger than you will ever be. I'll tie you up and I'll wrap the rope around you so tightly you won't be able to breathe. Just as you're ready to take your final breath, kiss goodbye to this cruel, pathetic, dreary existence. I'll bring you back to life. I'll bring you back from the brink of death, just so I can do it all again. I fell in love with the feeling of losing myself, so much that when I looked in a mirror I didn't recognize the face that I saw. And I liked that. I liked not feeling like myself. Does anyone really like being themselves? Like really, genuinely like being who they are? I don't think so. I think everybody wants to change something. Everybody is chasing something that we can't touch. Something we can't even describe, maybe. Something we probably want to hide, to deny, to just try and not think about. To run away from until we don't have to think to run away from it anymore. When it becomes something we can tuck away and hide at the back of a drawer. Buried, collecting dust underneath a clutter of cutlery and birthday cake candles. Neglected, never to be touched again. But somehow you know it's there. You know it will always be there. And you know that one day you'll have to face it again. Truly unpack it all and see what it all means. Declutter. Just not today. And probably not tomorrow either. Or the next day if we're really being honest here. I want to blow shit up with homemade dynamite. I want to spend my life on the edge, chasing death just to feel alive. Sometimes I want to shoot myself in the skull and splatter the pavement with the bloody, sparkling stardust that makes up my mind. And witness it all in the third person, just to give myself a show. I want to burst through my body. I want to reach a higher power that I'm not even sure even exists, and tell them to suck my dick. Just for the thrill of it. I want to throw myself from the highest of heights. I want to be brave enough to well and truly not give a fuck. I want to rip out all the stitches in my skin, keeping all these old wounds together and let them bleed out of me like a rushing waterfall of regret. Let the warm blood trickle down my arm and give me the tingling, sweetest, sinful sense of release. As the blood gushes from my body and the stinging pain brings me to life, then I will begin to thrive. I want to take drugs with the black-eyed boys in leather jackets and kiss them in smoking areas and alleyways, flinging myself into a reckless abandon with them. Stumbling into each other down the street, we can hardly see, confident in our own chaos, surrendering to our own self-destruction. So high that we can't even function, because who wants to do that anyway? I have a theory that self-control is just for people who feel guilty about letting themselves have any fun. You know, fun. I want to have fun. I want to blow up all the bullshit around me. I want to start a riot against all these rules we're supposed to follow. Go to school, keep your head down, concentrate, don't do any drugs, don't be gay, find yourself a nice job, get yourself a nice wife and work until you die. It's all bollocks. They say don't try and put yourself first. Be grateful we even gave you the little that we did. Be lucky we made an attempt to save you.
Well, I don't want to be saved by them. It's all bollocks. Now, I want no part of it. I will keep my head in the clouds forever. I will stay away with the fairies, and I will never surrender.
Sunlight-soaked snapshots of summer days long gone, laughing all our time away in our blissful self-inflicted haze, stumbling down the street, wrapping our drunken arms around each other, waiting to untie ourselves into the night and unravel ourselves in each other. As long as we're together, we'll never lose that precious sense of wonder. We're doing things we probably shouldn't, going up to places we can only imagine. Hand in hand, we're on this mission together, shooting up into another dimension with only each other as protection, finding and losing ourselves on the edge of forever. What the fuck is forever? This feeling is forever. This moment is forever. We will be young forever, and we will never surrender. We're dancing ourselves into oblivion, remembering all the good and bad incarnations of ourselves that we've had to put up with over the years. All of the forgotten fears that felt like tidal waves at the time, now just forgotten fragments of memories washed up on some faraway shore. Nothing less and nothing more. We're stumbling in the dark, using each other's rusty lighters to find a spark, alongside the stars if they aren't all covered in cloud. Racing each other to the swings like little kids. Here we can be as loud as we want to be. We can hardly see, trying not to trip, falling over and onto each other, colliding like clumsy shooting stars, creating a messy explosion of a million sparkling little parts, each one making up a tiny piece of what we are. We're wild, we're messy, we're reckless, but we're strong. We're bright. We're coming alive at night. We are the dreamers, the don't stop believers, the rebels at the back of the bus and the goody two-shoes at the front, too quiet to make a fuss. We're a storm in a teacup, a wildfire in a sparkler. We are the ones running on a little bit of luck. We are the ones who aren't afraid to fuck up. We're the ones who aren't afraid to struggle with ourselves, because we know that deep down we're enough. We are the ones who take care of each other. We are the ones who don't even need to try. We are the ones who aren't afraid to go out looking for magic, because deep down, we still believe we might find it. We are so much more than enough. We are young, and we are love.